Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video that everyone keeps asking for on the BMW Alpina 5 Series. Now for those of you that haven't watched part 1 on this, I'll get Chris to link it up here or up here on the screen somewhere. But we pulled this car out of a garden where it had been sitting for best part of 12 years, Chris.
Yeah, include that little bit of video now.
So this is the bit when we actually picked it up, and luckily we had Dan there with a digger. Otherwise we'd have really struggled. We had to move a skip out of the way, and then a load of basically a load of the plants out of the garden, a load of the weeds, all had to be dragged out of the way. So on the back of the truck, and then we'll pick up now in the yard.
So we had a bit of help that day with Dan there,
We
helping
did.
us with the digger, but very, very rare car and so many comments. This video, it went very, very well, didn't it? Very well indeed. So BMW Alpina B10 in very nice condition, really, considering it has been sat there 12 years. We have got a bit of a concern with this one, and that is the fact that it is a non-runner. But the guy assured us that he drove it into that space where we pulled it out of, didn't he? The only bit of rust obvious is that little bit underneath there. The rest of it actually looks really good. And there's quite a bit of lacquer peeling. Obviously on the bonnet, it's been exposed to the sun. When we got there, there was quite a lot of brambles around the car, but I think since we've established they actually grew over the top of this car and they've all been cut back. I guess, mate, let's pull it in the workshop, but just before we do, you'll explain it better than me. You've seen it in last night's video, in previous
We
videos.
did it in a lot of videos.
Everyone keeps saying, right, Rob, what's going on with the camper van? What's going on with the jet ski? What's going on with the boat? Can you just elaborate a little bit for us? Thanks, mate.
I suppose what I could say is in the past you did used to do little updates in the videos, didn't you, of other projects. And we stopped doing that. And the main reason, or I could say the only reason really, was that when we film our videos, when we start a video, we generally don't know how long that video is going to take to record, and more importantly, what order it goes out. And I should say a lot of our videos go out not in the order that they necessarily were started filming.
That's right.
So with perfect examples, a project like this, that we're towing it in and we're going to crack straight on with it and try and get it running, aren't we?
Yeah.
But we don't know what we're going to find. We don't know how long that's going to...
That's right.
And if we're stuck for some parts, we kind of
Pick up on this in a week.
We pick up it later on, in which time we may have completed 2 videos.
Yeah.
So they kind of get...
And that's why we don't...
Right. So we just, for simplicity, we kind of not mention, because we don't know whether...
And the fact that before I've said to someone, yeah, we're on that next, and then in the next video it don't come up and they're like, you promised.
Well, perfect example is we might mention, not that there's anything next to this today, but we might mention the car next to that in this video, but then we don't get this done for 2 weeks because we might find something,
and that video's already
and
been
it's already gone out,
yeah.
And then you're kind of contradicting, and so
Thanks for explaining it, Chris.
I hope it made sense.
No, it will make it made sense to me.
We're not being over secretive or anything.
No, definitely not.
It is just it makes things a lot simpler, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Right. Let's get it towed in, mate, and get it to the door.
So just like all of our cars, when we bought this one, we checked it out using Car Vertical. So odometer, clearly green there, highlighted, all fine. Financial and legal, fine. And damaged, also fine there. Car Vertical are a continued sponsor of the channel, and we will not buy a vehicle without running it through Car Vertical and doing a check first. The last known mileage on this BMW was 157,390, and all of this report is absolutely fine. There is no issues found at all. And just as an example, this is the other BMW E46 that we've got, and as you know, there is actually an odometer issue with that car and a damaged issue with it as well. So when you are purchasing your car, don't forget, guys, use our little discount code that's up on screen now for a nice little saving on your check, or hit the link in the description where it will automatically apply your discount to your check. So straight into the yard, and Chris makes the start on it, gets a jump pack on there to do something or other. I can't exactly remember what, but we needed the power on. To put all 4 windows down because it is 33 degrees outside today. He's cracking straight on, getting all those covers removed and actually getting all 8 spark plugs removed, while I'll whip off and actually pick us up 8 new ones.
So a little bit hard, but I'm going to have to admit defeat there just a little bit. I am struggling to get that driver's side door panel off. I've been in there the whole time. I've managed to get the weather strip off and actually make a start on trying to get to the bolts, but it looks like it's going to be a bit of a challenge, and I've got to be extra careful because you can't just go and pick a door card up for this round the corner.
I think we take the back door off.
Yeah.
And that gives us access to a little grommet.
For the handle.
And we can remove the plastic handle insert, and then you've got that hole to work in, haven't you?
Certainly sounds a lot better.
You can spray it all up, and if not, disconnect it and manually pop it, hopefully. But
so
anyway.
I briefly mentioned what Chris was up to in the time lapse there, but all looking good, mate. I only mentioned that you got the core packs.
Yeah, core packs, 8 plugs out. We will end up putting new plugs in, won't we? But we're not at that point yet because I have just sprayed it up with diesel mixed with a little bit of engine oil.
Yeah.
I've squirted a fair old bit down each cylinder. You probably saw in the time lapse, had the airline and blew the debris away before I took the plugs out.
Yep.
And I've squirted that down. I'm going to leave that to soak for a while.
Okay.
And then...
Obviously, Chris has done all 8. There's 4 the other side as well.
And then we get a spanner on it.
Yep.
And we'll hopefully...
Manually turn her over.
Manually turn her over. And then we get to the point of trying to turn her on the starter motor.
Yeah.
And then
cover me from head to toe in oil and diesel mix that you've put in
again.
That was quite funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it, when there's a bit of compression behind it.
Do you know in that video though, people said, "Oh, Rob, take it on the chin." I was laughing.
That's
I
right.
thought it was brilliant. You know, we don't cry over a bit of spilt milk. Yeah, that was quite funny. I guess then, mate, you want to leave that for an hour.
Yeah, really. So they're in a lot.
Smell, please, on that back door.
Yeah, I think that's probably they're lift-off back doors, aren't they? So a couple of 10 mils,
get a bit of
check
cardboard,
strap, electric plug. We can lift it off, and I mean, you could show it, couldn't you, on the back door what we're talking about?
Yeah.
This piece, you've got a
little bun there.
Yeah, and you undo that, and you can release that whole insert.
Yeah.
I think you can. Anyway,
well, hopefully there's
from memory. That's what.
Can't really see a great deal, and there's a big plate in there.
I mean, going back 20 odd years, the guy I worked with, he loved the BM and he'd done a lot of BM. So I worked on quite a few, and I'm pretty sure that's how that comes out.
So good idea this, actually. Remove the complete back door and then we can start working on the handle on the driver's side door. So while I was out, Chris had a real good go at this, but when I got back, he said, you've got that tiny little hole, you've got to get a clip in there, you've got to insert it into this little, like the hook, and then actually pull it out in order for the handle to slide out. We even watched a video, but it is so tight in there.
No joy there. The plate that actually releases that driver's side door handle is proper seized up. So what we've actually done is sprayed it up, a lot of WD-40 on there, and we are just going to leave that and continue on with the engine side of it. Otherwise, we're going to end up doing a whole will it run video trying to get that driver's door open.
That's
I
right.
have just spoke to Tyler though, and he said it's quite common for both front doors to deadlock. The old X5s did it as well. And he said once we do get the handle out, we're probably going to have to pick apart the lock to get it open and then actually put a new latch in it. But he's got them there available. Right, you're going to...
So that's probably had a good hour now with my diesel engine oil mix down each of the bores. So all I'm going to do is... Oh.
Well, that's good news.
Let's get a better purchase on there. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's going, mate.
Yeah, I'm just going to... Yeah, that's actually nice. Turning over lovely, isn't it?
Shall we see if we can turn it on the key, Rob?
A bit of power, yeah. Let's get a couple of nice rags to put over, put over the cylinders. And yeah, mate, I guess let's get the battery booster on it.
Yeah.
And see if it spins over. Yeah.
Do you want to stay rolling live?
No, let's get a couple of rags on there and get ourselves prepared. Otherwise, I might end up covered in oil again. So I've got a fairly decent jump pack in the boot and no battery connected. Obviously, we don't want that sucking down on it, draining it. So
right, a couple of clean rags on there. We'll see.
Well, hopefully, mate, it cranks.
Well, see if it cranks first.
Do you reckon? I ain't gonna have to push the brake on this, am I? It's too old.
So,
I'll do it through the window then. Ready?
Yeah.
Not enough juice. Right, we've got a good battery. So let's stick the good battery on it and the jump pack, yeah?
Yeah, probably then, Rob.
Let's cut that for a sec. Right, it's a couple of jump packs on there, Chris. You ready?
All right, yeah, give it a go, mate. Well, that's a good sign, isn't it?
That's a very, very, very good sign, mate.
So, that has blown a little bit out. Not loads.
No, not loads this side
I mean, there's
either.
a bit now in the...
Holes.
yeah, so... But that's good, isn't it?
Very good.
Shall we go without the rags now?
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to compression test it, or are we just going to put plugs in and try it?
Yeah, we're going to try it, aren't we?
Well, like you said previously, Rob, the guy said he drove it up the
He
drive.
did drive it
and
there.
he parked it up because of fuel consumption. So I
Let's-
don't think we got an issue with compression. But go again
I'm
quickly.
going to turn the booster on,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then we'll spin it
yeah.
over. Chris, if you
Yeah.
just... I know you don't want to just put your hands over and make sure that
Yeah.
it's...
You'll see, I think.
Yeah. Right, you ready?
Yeah, go, mate. Yep. Yep.
Right, so the battery's on charge. What do you want me to do? Go and pull the trigger, get the plugs, get a
Yeah.
fuel pump for it,
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if the fuel pump's faulty though, so I guess while you're gone,
pop a pipe off,
and
try it.
ignition up,
Yeah.
and see. But it's showing zero on the fuel,
Yeah,
isn't it?
really empty.
But, so we might need fuel as well.
Well, nice one, mate. That's turning over lovely, isn't
All
it?
right,
And it
so-
sounds all right.
yeah, so-
and as well, we actually forget to mention this, and I know Chris always mentions every time a car starts, oil light's gone out. Just doing this, what we're doing now, is building oil pressure back up to the top.
without
where it has-
load.
Without any load on it. So that is also really good for the engine.
Yep.
Right, let's go and get these plugs. Hopefully they're not too as expensive as the
they-
E46
They are
ones.
twin electrode, aren't they? So
Going to be dear.
They are
Let's
a
get
little
them.
bit.
8 new spark plugs, half the price they was for the E46, which was nice. Both the fuel pump, fuel line and return are unplugged. Chris has got them in a jug. Fuel pump relay.
we think, Rob, this is Google,
Yeah.
but we think.
Probably might be worth mentioning when we pulled that pipe off, there was a little bit of fuel
Yeah, it
in
was
there.
surprised us, didn't
yeah.
it? But so, according to good old Google, that is the fuel pump relay.
Yeah. And you've got.
But luckily on here, we've also got fuel pump fuse location,
Yeah.
and that's at the fuse.
Okay.
And normally they are in a similar location, aren't they?
Yes.
So we're going to go with that. And I don't know if you can see on here, Rob, but what we're looking at, we're bridging out here, is 30 and 87. See the switch across the top?
Probably worth mentioning why you're bridging that out, Chris.
To run the fuel pump.
To run the fuel pump,
And
to
hope-
empty the tank
yeah.
if there's anything in there.
So we've got 30, 87, them two.
Right.
That one and that one. So that sits in there like that. Like that. So I'm going to go,
There's no battery connected up at the moment.
and you're going to put the battery on. I'm going to put that in there now.
Ignition's off, isn't it?
We put the ignition on, and you're just going to touch it, and we're going to see if any fuel comes out that front, Rob. All right?
Yep.
Right, ignition's on.
Ready?
Yep.
Getting
Nothing.
Eh?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Right.
If you do that again, Rob, did that relay... well, it won't click, will it?
No.
We'll have to put this relay back in and
That
see if
did
it clicks.
click though.
So,
Sticky fuel pump. I don't know.
Tyler said you'd be lucky if the fuel pump's okay, didn't he?
Probably what is worth a try. Put that relay back in it and just
Yeah.
give it a little crank
Yeah,
and see if
yeah,
anything
yeah,
pumps out.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'll let you do that and then connect that battery back up.
Yep. Right, you're going to watch the jug.
Yep.
Ready, mate?
Yep. Nothing.
It's showing 0 on the gauge, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's probably got nothing in it. I have
probably-
just been and bought a can of fuel.
So do we put a gallon in it and see?
I think we're going to have to, mate. We ain't got a lot of choice, have
Well-
we? We don't want to mix good with bad, but the gauge is showing. I mean, the needle moves fractionally, so
but I've just cranked it and the fuel light stayed on. So
let's have a little bit of a brainstorm
well,
without
I think
recording
stick
it.
a gallon in.
Yeah.
While you're sticking a gallon in, I'll start putting these plugs in, shall I?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because
let's do it. We want to hear this run, don't we? So
see if we got
worst way, once we got the plugs in, we've got a good battery on it now. We'll have to make up our own fuel to get it in there with a little pump.
We can do that if we can get hold of a pump somewhere.
Yeah. We'll sort so. I'll get us a pump, don't worry about that. Let's do that then, mate.
All
let's do
right,
it.
sounds like a plan.
So fuel pipes into that can and then back in with those 8 new plugs. I've put some fuel in now and then have a bit of a tidy up with the tools that we've been using. And then I'll have a go at this driver's side door with the little pick. I really did feel like I'd grabbed it a couple of times, but I don't think I did because it's made no difference.
I was going to say as expected, but it's actually as Tyler did tell us it would be. While Chris is just fitting those plugs in, I have released the fuel pump, and as you can see, it has definitely, it's a sender unit and fuel pump, and it has definitely been a fuel pump too long. So even the filter's all crispy and broken up on the bottom there, look. It is absolutely toast. So it was a waste of time me putting that bit of fuel in. I am going to pop down to Bridgend, down to Ashford, the BMW spares, and grab, he's got a fuel pump and sender unit there. I'm going to go and grab that, and Chris is going to clean out any debris that he can find down in the hole there. Let's let him get on with that, and let's get down there and get these bits.
So out with that old fuel pump and all of the grime that is in the bottom there. There's not lots of it, but it's part of the old filter off of the fuel pump's actually broken up and is just sitting in the bottom of there. And you need to get as much of that out as you can because, of course, another filter is just going to pick it up and then end up clogging that one up, and then you're back to square one again.
And that is what you call service. I've rung ahead, new fuel pump, don't need the door handle, but it comes with the catch. And of course, we've got the catch there. Tyler said use this one just so that you can locate that pin where it goes so that we can get the handle out, because you just stick your spike in there, you pull that, and then your handle actually releases. But of course, we need 2 of these door latches, don't we? So let's get back to the yard and get them fitted. There's a contact number in the description down below for the BMW spares place down at Charing. Here we go. Chris is making full use of that new little tool that we bought, and there is quite a bit of your debris out of the fuel tank, and got it pretty much ready to go.
Yeah, there was a lot more than that came out, but I thought I'd just leave a bit in the pipe to show you.
Yeah, perfect.
When you got back.
All right, mate, let's get that new one fitted, and fingers crossed it buzzes when we plug it in.
Yep.
Let's do it.
So in with that brand new second-hand filter, and it was quite straightforward. The little filter clips in with 2 clips, and then you've got to get the float actually down right out the right-hand side, and then push it down. It's on a bit of a spring. Get that cap over the top, do that up, a couple of taps with a screwdriver, on with the pipe and the electrical connection, and we're ready to hit that key.
Right, that's the new pump all fitted. I'll change the gasket as well. That's obviously been off before because the new one had like a permanent fitting to hold the pipe on. This one had a Jubilee clip. We've got Chris on the key. Yeah, go on, mate. Yep! It's pouring out of there now.
What's the quality of the fuel like?
Looks all right, smells nice. I've just
It was virtually empty, wasn't it? So
yeah.
It's new fuel in it, so I think
We can top it up.
I think we'll put the fuel pipes back on.
Yeah, sorry mate, it's got this pointing down at your jeans.
We'll put the fuel pipes back on and...
Send it. Got nothing to lose, have we? You've lubricated all the bores, it's got a new set of plugs in it, it's now got fuel, it's got
obviously
air.
if it fires, we turn it off and check everything.
Yeah.
We won't just run it up, but...
We've checked the oil, we've checked the coolant anyway, it's got both, so...
Yeah.
All right, mate, let's get them connected up and give it a go. It's getting exciting now. Shame we had to whip all the way down to Charing, but it's all part of it, isn't it? Will it run? I think earlier, Chris, when I spun it over, I had to turn the key back myself. So,
yeah, okay.
Fuel's connected, we've got a good battery on there, shouldn't need a jump pack, should we?
No.
Give it
All
a go, yeah. Yes! Turn it off, mate, only because I know that's coming out the cylinders.
Yeah, it's the diesel I put
But my
down.
van door's wide open.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's,
mate. We'll take
good.
that all day long. Did you hear how quiet that sounded.
Yeah. That will smoke a bit like that because I put
Of
white
course you
diesel
did.
and a bit of tiny engine oil in it, down the pores, turn it over. So
shall we move my van, check the oil again, check the water again, run it up and actually leave it running 5 minutes?
I think so, and then check for leaks.
Yeah, definitely. Right, oh, pretty
She
excited
runs,
now.
she
And
runs.
it was easy, wasn't it, really?
Well,
new fuel pumps and plugs.
Yeah, I mean, I've dug out from the old days my Krypton analyzer that has got, because this is pre-OBD.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And sod's law, we didn't need it.
No.
But there
Right,
you go.
mate, let's clear everything out of the way and let's run it up again. Take two, Chris has climbed in. Just going to run it up now and actually leave it running for a minute if we can. Yeah, go, mate. Just show you the guys that smoke. It's actually clearing already, so. It is actually missing a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I say,
It's entitled to. Yeah.
So, I think
the temperature gauge has stopped acting erratic now as well.
it has.
Whatever you do, don't push that brake, Chris. It's got a burst hose. Yeah, there's a lot of.
I will have to put my foot on the brake to get it in drive.
Oh, of course you will, yeah.
In reverse. So, which hose has gone, Rob?
I don't know, honestly, I have no idea, but I know that, you know, when we was pulling it out the garden, I pushed the brakes and I heard it go.
We'll make sure it's gone off cold start completely before I try.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be on the handbrake, won't I?
Shall I push that bonnet down a little bit? Or?
Can do.
It is clearing when you rev it, but there is. That's it. That's on the weight now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been standing a long
Have a look behind you, mate.
Yeah,
in the mirror, you probably can't see
bit
it.
of smoke in there.
Yeah, I guess just let her warm up for a couple of seconds, mate, and
yeah. With no brakes, we literally all we want to do is just move it, make sure transmission's okay, and that's as far as we.
Well, I'll be driving up to the gate, you know me, but you have only got handbrake in you, I suppose. Cold start's actually stuck, believe it or not. Do you notice how it drops down when you come off?
Yeah.
Do you want to try it backwards, mate? You ready? That's going to go. I can feel it. I can hear it. Yeah, lovely.
Well, handbrake only just stops her, Johnny.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah, but the brakes ain't been used for years, have
No.
they?
Shall I cut that there until
I think, to be honest, we probably want to put it on the lift and find where the brake fluid's leaking from.
You're not happy to drive it? No, I don't blame you.
No.
That's fair, but now
It's
it does
like a
move.
racing car, isn't it?
Sorry?
It just take off.
Yeah.
And you're trying to stop it on that.
Let's leave it to warm up for a little while though, and then we'll get it on the run.
Yeah.
It looks like this is going to take some time to clear out. I think Chris got over enthusiastic with a diesel oil mixture, and it is still currently smoking. It's 33 degrees out here. We're absolutely cooked and done for the day. That is going to be the end of today's video and the end of the Will It Run on the BMW Alpina. As usual, we do hope that you did enjoy this video, and if you did, you can show your appreciation by hitting that thumbs up. Put your comments and your thoughts in the comment section down below, and of course, if you want to follow us on our other socials, the links are in the description down below. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you very, very soon in the next one.